Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's book review is on Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie Dao. Now, I'm just reading the summary on the back like I always do because I can't come up with summaries, even for my own novels. 18-year-old Shi Feng is a beautiful peasant girl. The stars say she is destined to be Empress of Fenglu, but only if she embraces the darkness within her. It's a choice Shi Feng must make, and carefully. Down one path lies obscurity, the other leads to everlasting glory, but not without great sacrifice. If Shi Feng is to achieve greatness, she must spurn the young man who loves her and exploit the callous magic that runs through her veins. And while Shi Feng considers her fate, one question, one choice reigns above all others. Is the price of the throne too much to pay? What I liked about this book, I love me an anti-hero. I think at this point she probably is a villain, not an anti-hero at the end of this book, but she deserves recognition as being a fantastic schemer and playing everyone, basically. Shi Feng is such an amazing character. I fell in love with her, and I really love to see a smart woman, a strong woman that doesn't have to be a warrior, be considered strong and cunning and ambitious and scheming and a murderer. Yeah, I mean, she is not a good person, really. By the end of this book, no, she is not. This is a Snow White retelling, and she is the evil queen. So you understand going into this that she's not Snow White. She's not a good person. And I really appreciated seeing that in a book, because it's usually all about the protagonist and being so innocent and nice and sweet, or, you know, the protagonist is a warrior and she's sassy and still smart, but you know, you get the trope. This is not that type of book. I also really love that it is set in a Chinese lens, and I think it works very, very well with a Snow White retelling. One, I just want to see more diversity in these retellings. Like, we can really understand a European retelling, of course, because these stories, a lot of them, are from Europe. Very much jumped on this, a Chinese retelling of Snow White and the Evil Queen. And two, it's always fascinating to see what writers come up with through their own cultural lens. I also like the twists and turns of this book. I did not expect the vast majority of what happened in this book. Of course, we all know that the evil queen becomes an evil queen. How does she become an evil queen? And also, who becomes her huntsman? It says in the summary that there is a boy that loves her. One would think that would be her huntsman and she does some evil things with him, but she actually does not, and that was a surprise. And I'm not going to say who her huntsman is. I think that was a great twist, because I was really expecting her love interest to become the huntsman and have her like steal his heart, and you know, kind of what you see in the European version, but that's not the case. And you also see the slightly good side of her in that situation. She is mainly evil as the evil queen, but she has a vein of goodness in her. And that is really fascinating to me, because a lot of people that, you know, we know and love are mainly good, and then you have that vein of bad, and they're really trying to work on not having that vein sprout out blood and, you know, bad all over the place, because that hurts people and will eventually hurt themselves. And you know, that's what morality and values is all about. With Shi Feng, yeah, it's how can I work with this vein of good because I'm bad and I want stuff for me. And that was a fascinating look at how you work with that type of character. What I didn't like about this book, really the only thing I didn't like, first 120-ish pages are really slow. Once they get to the forest, mentioned here in the title, then it picks up, but I feel like that was a bit too long for the plot to move. It was a very slow-moving beginning. But I stuck to reading this book and I really enjoyed it, especially when she gets to court. So I gave this book actually 4.5 stars. I do 100% recommend it. I give it 4.5 because I didn't feel like it was a 5 book because the first 120 pages were really slow, but it wasn't a 4 book because it was so fantastic. So that's why I have that decimal, and I don't think I've ever done a decimal before, but this book was worth that decimal. Thank you so much for watching my book review on Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie Dao. If you like what you just saw, please comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your bookish friends. And if you want to get to know me or any of my social medias, all that is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great reading day. Bye!